This show is clean.
Alrighty.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 766. Although it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Castro Valley, California. Today, we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley. Plus, it's the finale of my Into an interview with the lovely singer-songwriter Gabrielle Graves. And now another reason why Dairy Queen is unhealthy for you. It may be bad for your credit. Mike's Daily Podcast. As well as your health. Because of all the I'm messing up. And I have to edit. Mike's Daily Podcast. But there's no editing on the show. Hey, aren't you glad you're listening? Bonita, the rodeo queen, was on the last show and she was glistening, because she had a lot of oils on her to make her look shiny. That was something going on behind the scenes. My ego is tiny. The disgruntled fiddle player revealed that Mike's Daily Podcast. Oh, and he's her husband, by the way. He revealed that he's not German. Octoliba, October Mike's Fest Daily. And are you podcast following this at all? Yeah. Oh. Well, kudos to you. Hey, so I would like to say this, that look who just walked in. Hello, my God, this is Madame Rootabega. And happy Oktoberfest to you as well. Yeah, I think it's over by now, isn't it? No, Michael Matthew, it always happens. It continues forever and ever. And this thing I was talking about was, you know, I have to bring down my triglycerides, and you remember on the podcast I was doing where I got a call, and they were reminding me that I have to come in today to go to a class to teach me how to cook more healthy. And I went to this class, and I have to tell you that the majority of the people in this class, they really did not believe that you could eat healthy, that you could not eat something that wasn't fried in oil or smothered in butter or something like that. And in the class, we made quesadillas with wheat tortillas and like all these vegetables that we fried with just a little bit of olive oil. But it was actually more of a salsa that was made with mango and pineapple. I love some mango and some pineapple. Ooh! Yeah, and that's what they were teaching us. And the people in the class, including myself, were quite surprised. And maybe it even changed some lives. And maybe I'll get down my triglycerides. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parenting attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we think that you don't need to change your diet because you already eat really well day.
No, I did need to change my diet because I was eating a lot of apple fritters. There's donut places all over the place here in the East Bay, but I have a weakness for apple fritters.
Well, Mike, you know, right there, you got something healthy. You got fruit in there. You've got apple day.
Yeah, apples are good for you. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Do you know that? There's very little apple. It's mostly sugar. It's mostly flour, and it's fried, and it's fat, and it's bad. And it makes me feel bad. I don't need it.
Wow, Mike, you're being really, mean to me right now. I'm giving you a suggestion, and you're shooting it down, D.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go outside, put on my iPod, and put the earbuds in my ear, and listen to some Erasure. Didn't you know that? I didn't know he was an Erasure fan, and I think he's been enjoying a little bit of Oktoberfest early, if you catch my drift. Ha, 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 ha. Fake laughing's hard. So, let's hear it for fake laughing. I heard this story today from sfgate.com, our local news chronicle paper people, San Francisco. They had this story today that hackers have hit Dairy Queen. International Dairy Queen, the ice cream chain owned by Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Inc., said customer data was compromised by hackers. Oh my. Yeah, so that's one way to get people to eat healthy, is make them not eat at Dairy Queen at all. But the breach with the back-off malware affected payment card data at 395 U.S. locations. The system contained customer names and the numbers and expiration dates of their cards, which apparently there's no evidence that Social Security numbers or email addresses were taken, according to Dairy Queen. The intruder used the account credentials of a third-party vendor to access computer systems. And Dairy Queen have hired forensic experts to review the breach. The back-off software has been used to hack into more than 1,000 businesses. You know, maybe we should, at this point, abandon the back-off software. This is the software, I believe we talked about this quite a while ago, but it's like open-sourced and has all these holes in it. Now, the Secret Service said this information, which I don't know if you trust the Secret Service after almost getting our president killed like 50 times. But apparently more than 1,000 businesses have been hacked into. So Dairy Queen said it will provide identity repair services for a year to customers at their affected locations. Dairy Queen's chief executive officer said, "We are committed to working with and supporting blah, 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 blah." Oh, do you know? Oh, yeah, I knew that. Dairy Queen and Orange Julius are the same franchise. I did. Wow. All really healthy foods. Yum. Well, what do you think about eating healthy and about places like these fast food places that are not? And what do you think about this hacking and such? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show. MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. Triglycerides, what do you think about those? And there's also the website, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Yes, we have a blog there. In fact, the blog at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com today mentions the wonderful Jan Hooks, who unfortunately passed away at 57. She was so young. But, you know, I last saw her on this tribute to the women of SNL, and she did her skit, like a little skit. She couldn't be with the full-on panel, I guess due to her health. And she did her entire skit from her bed, and she was still just as funny as ever. So sad to see her go. I watched a lot of her on SNL back in the days that she was on. I think it was the late 80s, early 90s, when I was watching lots of Saturday Night Live. So that's sad, and I do a little tribute to her on the blog. You can find there at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. You can also find the daily podcast picture, all my past interviews, and also links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes. You can also comment on the show and rate the show there. If you do that, it helps our ranking. Also, like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Mike Talks. No, Mike's Daily Podcast. Either one of those works. And like that, and when I post a new show, share it with your friends. More people find out about us that way as well. Great way to support the show. Also, a great way is to go to the Amazon deal of the day through the website. Click on that and buy something at a great discount. It helps us out. Also, if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, go through that at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com, and it helps support the show. You can also find links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Yelp, Tumblr, Twitter. Boy, I said all that fast.
Into an interview.
Okay.
We're speaking with Gabrielle Graves, a great singer-songwriter. We're talking at like 10 minutes to midnight on Sunday night. And we've both had interesting days today, and we're speaking, and this is the type of thing. I want to do a podcast called The Midnight Podcast, where I would just record interviews I do with musicians at midnight, because musicians, I think, really come alive at that time of night, versus when you mostly hear interviews with musicians, it's like in the morning. And that's like
we're not really awake.
Yeah, and that's like putting sunlight on a vampire. It's like, I don't want to be up right now.
Definitely.
Not to compare you to a vampire, Gabrielle Graves.
No, we're very vampire-like.
Were you ever a vampire for Halloween?
I wasn't, actually.
Oh.
I think that should be on my list of things to be.
What were you for Halloween last year?
Oh, God. I think I was I don't remember what I was last year, but the year before I was MIKEs from Real Monsters. I don't know if you know who that is.
No. Wait.
You know, it's like this Nickelodeon show called Real Monsters.
Oh.
And look it up. He has he kind of looks like a bunny monster. He's got these like big ears, and he's got these like curly toes, and he's like maroon, and he's got this huge smile. And he's really cute.
Nickelodeon has their headquarters in Burbank, where you are.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do.
They've got that building, and like all the characters, like SpongeBob and everybody, are out hanging on the outside of the building. I will check that out. So, when you do this podcast, do you sometimes think you're being interviewed by a panda bear with a mohawk?
No, is that what's happening right now?
Yes, I am a panda bear with a mohawk, and I am revealing that for the first time right now.
Oh, what a dream.
Yes. My real name is Chinchu.
Aww. That's cute. I just want to pet you.
You can only touch my mohawk. When we last talked a little over a year ago, well, that was like over a little. So the big changes since then have been you've got a couple new members in the band. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I mean, we started working with a producer. But our sound pretty much changed. I think it's matured. We've grown. I think if I could embody everything that's happened in the last year or two, I think we've really grown as a band. Like I told you before, we just recently started playing out again. We just started playing live. We're just kind of staying local to LA right now, but hopefully we'll branch out soon. And we're trying to work really hard on getting our sound. I think the sound is like a really important thing to us. And also making sure that we can properly demonstrate our album live. You know, because I feel like that's a very important aspect of seeing a live show is playing it better than the album or as good.
The videos that you've posted on your Facebook of you guys live, I just was like, wow, they sound great. The band looks great, and your legs look great, and that's, I don't know why I'm fixating. I never knew I was a leg man. This is interesting.
I never knew I could be like I never knew I could be like part of that culture. I didn't think I had the legs.
You got the legs, Gabrielle. Thank you for bringing me over to the leg side.
Oh, anytime.
Legs are great, and I want to sing that ZZ Top song right now for you. She's got legs.
Beautiful.
She knows how to use them. That means that she knows how to walk.
She could do other things with them, I'm sure.
Oh. But, so anyway, it looks like you do a great show, and I have not actually been to a show live yet, as I am in the Bay Area in Northern California, and it would take me 6 hours to get down there, and I need to do that, basically. California...
Please. I mean, that would be awesome. Our drummer is actually in the Bay Area right now, I think.
Oh!
Yeah, he's playing. I don't know if you know who Andre Thierry is, but he plays like some Zydeco music in Oakland.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oakland area, I think. But he's awesome. He's great. And our drummer plays with him as well.
Your drummer plays Zydeco music too?
Yeah.
Wow. That's talented.
Yeah. It's really good dancing music, as I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah.
You can't not dance to that music.
It's a fast beat, Zydeco.
I know it.
I wanted to ask you about the song Blame.
Ask away.
So, tell me about the song Blame.
All right. So, I mean, I think a lot of people have, like, I don't know, maybe not, maybe I'm just assuming, but, you know, you meet those people that just everything